Hello and welcome to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Reuter, and tonight we are sitting down with a very special guest, Dr. Brent. Dr. Brent just graduated chiropractic school. I'll let him share his story. He also just ran a half marathon today, which I am stoked for him on. I think it's his second of this year, which he's just trucking. So I'm stoked to be here tonight and share a little bit of conversation with you guys and make sure that we can dive deep into chiropractic, legendary chiropractor, what's to come, and all of those great things. But before we do that, I want to thank our very special sponsors that allow us to put this show on and make sure that everything that you see and hear tonight is possible. So let's roll that clip, and then we'll come back from that.
Total Clinic Solutions is your go-to source for purchasing both brand new and refurbished chiropractic equipment, as well as phone support for repairs and maintenance. Call Derek and allow him to combine your wishes and his 23 years of chiropractic equipment expertise to find what's best for you and your patients at 704-622-4089 or head to TotalClinicSolutions.com now. True Chiro, helping chiropractors explode their practices and save more lives by shifting the perception of what they do from neck and low back pain to being about the brain and nervous system, leading to increased retention, more referrals, higher case averages, but most importantly, better patient outcomes for more than just neck and back pain. For more information, check out the link below, truechiro.org. Again, that's truechiro.org.
Look like for you and your company. With that being said, we're going to dive in. Dr. Brent, I am going to have you introduce yourself a little bit to the audience. Share a little bit about your chiropractic background, your chiropractic story, what got you to where you are today, living in beautiful Colorado as a licensed doctor of chiropractic. And then we're going to share some big news and big announcements after that, and we'll just let the conversation flow from there. So, Dr. Brent, take it away for us, and let's chat.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is awesome. Man, chiropractic, I'm that classic chiropractic story. I didn't find chiropractic, it found me. Chiropractic just kind of swooped in, took me out. I was going to pursue medical, and I wanted to pursue neurosurgery specifically. And all of a sudden, the universe directed me otherwise. I was in the office of the anesthesiologist that ultimately was like, you need to be a chiropractor. And introduced me to CJ Mertz, which introduced me to Dr. LaMarche, and that was a wrap. I was at Life University after that, and it's been a beautiful journey. Chiropractic school is truly something profound. My background is aviation maintenance, so I'm an aviation maintenance mechanic on the V-22 Osprey, drones, jets, helicopters, cargo planes, a little bit of everything. I've touched a little bit of everything. I've been around the world, bought some airplanes, done some things before a chiropractor. So I bring a lot to the chiropractic profession. I bring a lot to the field and a lot of different expertises. And so being here, being a licensed doctor here in the state of Colorado is truly it's a dream. I love taking care of patients every day, and yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I really want to make this announcement. It's been itching this whole entire time. And what's so cool about you and myself and Legendary Chiropractor is that what we've created here is a community of like-minded chiropractors. And that is really vitalistic, philosophy-based chiropractors that really truly believe in the principles of innate intelligence, believe in this idea that chiropractic is bigger than ourselves, and all we need to do is be some sort of conduit in that situation. And I'm really excited to not only have you on this show, but I'm really excited to be handing this show over to you, Dr. Brent. And for those people that might have missed that conversation there, I am actually passing the torch to Dr. Brent to take over the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast as our brand new co-host going into season 16 here and season 17, 18. As long as he wishes to stay on board, Dr. Brent, the show is going to be yours, and I am here to support you 100% of the way, and we are going to absolutely crush it together. One, we're going to have more guests on that are incredible people, chiropractic related in regards to philosophy, principle, schooling, finances, as well as continuing to keep it chiropractic student-centered, right? Having these conversations around what is truly important to a chiropractic student in today's day and age. And that was the initial mission and vision and purpose of the show, was to say, hey, the person sitting next to me at chiropractic school doesn't necessarily know as much as I do, but I don't know everything. So let's start bringing some outside voices and some outside perspectives in that have walked this bridge before, that have walked this path before, that have gone and seen the things that we wish to one day occur, right? Mm-hmm. And that was something that I thought was super profound when I started this podcast in 2019, and I could not be more excited to be handing it off to you. I know that it's in phenomenal hands. I know that season 16 has a stacked lineup of guests and people that are coming on the show. And I know for a fact that what we're doing in the background, behind the scenes, making sure that you are this amazing looking person on camera interviewing guests, everything else is taken care of for you. And I'm really excited about this because teamwork makes the dream work. And that is the truest version of actual chiropractic that I can put together. Because one thing that I've had conversations, we've done over 200 episodes up to this point, and I have had conversations with doctors and students and soon-to-be students in chiropractic school, and everything that we come back to is the more we can unite as a profession, the more that we can get done. And so you coming on the show, you taking over this show is going to be absolutely incredible, not only for us as the Legendary Chiropractor brand company, but also too for the chiropractic profession, because you just graduated chiropractic school, you're living in Colorado, you're practicing as a new doc, and you are so in touch and in tune with chiropractic students in today's day and age, and that is the purpose, mission, and vision of the Legendary Chiropractor. So I couldn't be more stoked to have you not only on the show, but also taking over as host of the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast. What do you got to say about that, Brett?
Yeah, I am so humbled. I'm so humbled. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here. I really can't tell you how grateful I am, how excited I am. Connecting this profession it's a big part of my vision for chiropractic. And with this podcast, connecting the students, connecting the young docs, connecting the older docs, that's exactly what we're here to do. And I am so stoked to just bring that light, bring that energy, and just light it up.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. So, Doc, I'm going to let you take care of the rest of the show here. I want to answer a couple questions for you about what comes next for Legendary Chiropractor in regards to the community that we're building, the company that we're building, and everything that we're doing here at the Legendary Chiropractor. We posted a lot. I posted a lot on Facebook recently in regards to a lot of stuff that's coming up, a lot of drops that are happening, and a lot of programs that we're putting together to try and continue to accelerate the chiropractic profession, especially focusing on chiropractic students and recent graduates, to get them across that stage and making sure that every single student is not falling directly in a landfill or rather a pothole that is ginormous and just swallows them, and then they don't want to become a chiropractor, right? Or they don't want to do chiropractic. And I think that's really important. So I'm going to give you the captain's chair, the driver's chair, to take care of the rest of the show here. And I'm going to answer a couple questions for you, and we'll take about it that way, all right?
Yeah, that sounds great to me. So, outside of being the host of the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast, what are you doing?
Great question. So with that, outside of doing what I was doing for over 200 episodes with Legendary Chiropractor, I have now bought a practice in downtown Chicago, and I've taken that over, and it is growing each and every week, each and every day, and I'm very, very grateful for that. So not only am I in full-time practice as a chiropractor, but I also have all of these other things going on as well as Legendary Chiropractor, such as ChiroPair. ChiroPair is an app that students are able to join, as well as graduates are able to join, recent grads, and employers, right? And we call it two-way profile marketing. So if you're a candidate, I'm an employer, you create an account, I create an account, we match, we meet, we chat, and we interact in this very close space in an app. And it really makes it not necessarily dating for chiropractors, but it makes it a really intimate space for associate docs to meet potential employers, and hopefully one day allow those employers to hire them, and bring them under their wing and show them the right way in regards to chiropractic guidance and leadership, making sure that everything that we do stays within this bigger mission and vision of being the loudest people we can possibly be about chiropractic. Because at the end of the day, if my future family doesn't know about chiropractic, we have failed them, right? It's no one else's fault but our own, and we have to put that in our own hands. And when we do that, amazing things can happen. So not only do I have a private practice, I also run an app and am working on developing a bigger version of ChiroPair and a bigger version of that app. And lastly, obviously, is the Legendary Chiropractor. And I absolutely love the Legendary Chiropractor, the community that we built, the podcast that we built, the blog that we've created, as well as just this amazing resource for chiropractic students and recent grads to tap into, to make sure that they can be and always become and be becoming the best versions of themselves as a future chiropractor.
That's beautiful, and I've used ChiroPair. I've actually matched with some doctors on there, had some conversations. It's beautifully articulated. The interfacing on it's really, really user friendly. I've enjoyed the use of the app whenever I was using it.
Awesome.
All right. So, real quick before we move on to the next topic, let's hear from those beautiful sponsors that put this podcast on and allow us to be able to be here.
Imaging Services' primary business is chiropractic solutions. With over 45 years in the industry of helping chiropractors, Michael Tokash offers free consultations on building your business. In the past year, Imaging Services has installed over 100 X-ray machines and digital X-ray systems in over 42 states across the United States. For more, head to theimagingservices.com.
We are back. Alrighty. So, can you hear me? There you are. All right.
I can hear you. Yep.
So, you mentioned ChiroPair, you mentioned Legendary Chiropractor Podcast, but did you mention the Chiropractic Startup School?
I did not mention the Chiropractic Startup School. And so what we're doing here is the Legendary Chiropractor is essentially, we're doubling down on what we built, right? I started Legendary Chiropractor back in 2019. I was halfway through chiropractic school at the time. I realized that a lot of people around me in regards to chiropractic students didn't have the pre-knowledge, if you will, of the chiropractic profession, who the big players were, who the big names were, what philosophy there were, and so on and so forth. So it was like, how do I bring that in energy and that education to my fellow classmates? And then it grew all the way into what you see today. And so that was the podcast side of things. And then what we ended up doing was we built a massive following on the Legendary Chiropractor Facebook page and Instagram page and our private Facebook group. And so what we're able to do now is really double down on building a team for the Legendary Chiropractor and making sure that people who know us, who follow us, who love what we're putting out there in regards to content, also understand that we're still in the business of helping chiropractic students and recent graduates be as successful as they possibly can. Chiropractors, if you don't know this, listening to this, you could be, our key demographic is about 18 to 34 years old in the United States and Canada. If you fall in that category, you are who we're talking to, right? If you're outside of those countries, we welcome you in as well. But the idea here is that when you bring that kind of young professional into the community, what you need to do is make sure you're providing the best of the best content, the best of the best resources for them to be successful. Because if you don't provide that blueprint, nobody else is going to. And nobody else has, unfortunately, yet, without charging thousands of dollars for private coaching or one-on-one sessions. And that's all great, right? Practice management is great. Coaching is great. Mentoring is great. All of these things are wonderful. I have some of my best friends and colleagues in the chiropractic profession are coaches and practice management people. And they do very, very well for themselves. They also help a tremendous amount of doctors and young chiropractors be successful and find that other version of themselves that maybe they were looking to tap into. But Chiropractic Startup School is really going to fill this void of how do you take off the student hat and you put on the doctor's hat. And what does this transition look like? And so, Dr. Brett, this program is essentially going to be built for you, right? And so how do you go from graduation to your post 6 months deferring of loans and grace period on your loans, and understand that, like, yes, I need to find a job in there, I need to either find a job, start a practice, or figure something else out, like an independent contracting situation or a coverage worker situation, and take that information and start making money and smart financial decisions, because most of people, majority of chiropractic students are coming out with $200,000 plus in student loan debt. And that's lowballing it more than likely. There are some people that definitely have less than that. There are some people that have way more than that. But putting it right kind of in the mean or median there, about $200,000 is what we're seeing graduates come out with. That's a huge number. That is a huge number. And if you think for any second that COVID's going to continue we're going to continue to have these interest rates that don't exist, and all of these things that keep getting postponed and things like that, it's not going to happen, right? And so we need to be prepared to start paying back these loans. We need to be prepared to be as successful as we possibly can. And a lot of things happen when you're looking at the chiropractic profession and you're talking about success. A lot of people don't like putting the two together, chiropractor and successful. And unfortunately, that's true, and it's rung true through the entirety of the profession for a long time. And we have to stop being so paranoid about being successful and making money and making smart, wise decisions, not only in practice, but also setting ourselves up for success on the flip side of things in regards to like side hustles and side businesses, and making sure that you can start mentoring and coaching and doing different things if you're able to take that on, because it's only going to help you in the long run. No other profession other than MDs and neurosurgeons are coming out with the same number of student loans that we are as chiropractors. And frankly, neurosurgeons, MDs are also, their timeline for forgiveness of loans is cut in half of what ours is. Theirs is about 10 to 15 years of forgiveness. Ours is 25. And so when we think about these numbers and we think about these statistics, we are set up to fail. And so if we don't have a path, if we don't have a blueprint from walking across the stage, shaking the chancellor's or the president's hand of the university or college you just went to, and going and having fun with your friends, and then starting on Monday morning as a chiropractor ready to crush it and be as successful as you can, we don't currently have that in place. And I know there's a lot of amazing doctors out there right now. At the time of recording this, we have 17 professors committed to teaching Chiropractic Startup School. And what this is going to look like is me recording an interview-style educational video with them to make sure that we can move forward the conversation of finances, loans, branding, marketing, compliance, coding, billing, technique, all of these huge key players that no one has, you just fall right on your face as you walk across stage. And once you wake up Monday morning, if you don't have a job lined up, if you don't have some sort of situation lined up for yourself, you are not likely to succeed as likely as someone who already did the work prior. And so that's who this is made for. Chiropractic Startup School is made for that demographic that's walking across the stage to make sure that they can be the best chiropractor they can possibly be.
I absolutely love that because, I mean, being fresh in the field, you know, I think I've had my license for a week and a half. So it's definitely like coming out, you know, walking into the world. Even I took a 26 week online business school before I graduated chiropractic school. And even in that, I wasn't prepared. You know, I understood how to negotiate a contract or how to ask for different things in a contract or how to build a layout or, you know, floor plan, stuff like that. But the actual business of it, you're getting an NPI, getting all of your malpractice insurance stuff lined up, getting all the different things that they don't talk to you about, that whenever you sit down and fill out your Medicare package, if you're going to take insurance, it's like that's a whole process in itself. And, you know, we don't really get a lot of that information in a very applicable manner that allows us to be successful when we first walk out of school. And that was my biggest kind of wall I walked into, was I don't know what to do. I'm like, the only thing I really could is like either I start a business or, you know, IC, or you could cover until you get on your feet. I've seen a lot of friends that they would do like a travel chiro setup, and then they would do that until they could build a brick and mortar. But even still, like, there's a lot of people out there struggling with this information that you're putting together that are really going to benefit from it. And I'm really excited because this next generation of chiropractors coming out, they're fired up. Their hands are working. They're teaching and talking the philosophy, talking the tech, and they need that information. Like, it's imperative that they get that so they can be as successful as possible from the get-go.
100%. And I think really realistically, we are in for a rude awakening if we don't keep up with the times as chiropractors. And what I mean by that is Gen Z, Alpha generation, they are coming for us. And not in a bad way, right? But they are coming for us in a way that if we continue to live in this antiquated society that is chiropractic in today's day and age, we will be surpassed by these younger generations, and they will create the new verbiage, they will create the new conversations around chiropractic as a profession. And not to say that that's a bad thing. There are amazing chiropractors coming out of school, not only right now, but also just starting chiropractic school right now. And so the idea there, though, is that they've grown up with technology. They've grown up with social media. They've grown up with being in front of everyone all the time. And so if we don't continue to be the conversation in the community, well, someone is going to surpass us, and we want to make sure that we speak our truth and our narrative first, instead of saying that you don't write your story, someone else will, right? If you don't speak your truth, someone else will. And so the problem there is that it's like we know that younger generations, not everyone's, there's no wrong in younger generations. I actually love studying generational trends and stuff. But the idea here is that if we don't educate now, and we don't tell people what chiropractic is to us now, well, it will be redefined. And it will be redefined with people on TikTok who have 4.5 million followers, and they will be the loudest voices in chiropractic that are maybe teaching or saying or different things than you and I agree on. And that's our fault. Again, we only have ourselves to blame for that if we don't stay in front of the conversation, and we also don't invite them in. We need to invite people into the conversation more and say, what do you think? Yes. What's your perspective? What's your percentage on graduation and paying back your loans and money and success? What's your perception of that stuff, right? Because if we don't ask these questions, well, no one's going to care, right? No one's going to know. And that's a huge problem. But yeah, it's going to be a great program. Chiropractic Startup School is going to be a lot of fun. ChiroPair is a lot of fun. And the Legendary Chiropractor is not going anywhere, right? We're still continuing. We're going to carry on the podcast, carry on forward to the podcast, and I couldn't be more stoked for you. We're going to be launching Legendary Chiropractor apparel as well. Get ready for that. Our first drop will be in December, and it's December 22, 2022 at the time of recording this. And we're going to have our first drop is going to be vintage drop, and all about the icons and the legends of the chiropractic profession, right? So your Mabel Palmers, your BJ Palmers, your DD Palmers, your Sid Williams, all of these legends and icons that we see on a daily basis that have really taken this profession and handed it over to us, and now we are standing on the shoulders of giants. And we're able to speak the loudest and tell people and scream from the mountaintops because we are at the top. And honestly, I've heard this since I started chiropractic school. You probably have too. There is no better time to be a chiropractor than now. And the reason I'm going to say that, I'm going to double down on that saying, because I heard it when I was in chiropractic school, and I guarantee you heard it when you started chiropractic school. But there is no better time. If anything woke people up about their health, wellness, and well-being as a general population and a general person, it was COVID. And if COVID really woke people up, they are leaning to chiropractors now to help them understand their health and wellness and nutritional aspects. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those chiropractors that goes out and screams from the mountaintops that we can cure things, right? And I don't think anybody should do that. But here's what I do want you to do, is preach to your communities that you are a beacon of health, wellness, and alignment all through directly and indirectly influencing the nervous system by adjusting the spine and adjusting subluxation. Because nobody needs to hear it more than your community, and you need to treat them all like family, and you need to make sure that you are successful so that your lights stay on and you can continue to help more people. That's what's most important.
Ooh, dropping them nuggets. That's so true. And being in practice now, I can say, like, having taken care of patients, we saw 500 plus this week, and it is, you see every walk of life, you would see every type of spine, you see every type of everything, and it's there's not words that can really give you the experience that you get hands-on at the tables. And teaching it really is coaching. You're coaching people through the steps of health. It's like getting your daily exercise, getting your nutrition, doing all the things you need to. It's really this is the best job in the world. I mean, it's like are you kidding me? Like,
there's no better job.
It really isn't. Like, I'm so happy to go to work every day and just like help people, and that's such a great feeling. And I'm really looking forward to doing more of that. I'm really looking forward to sharing and hearing from other people throughout this upcoming season, because like you were talking about earlier, the lineup for this season is stacked. We have some really heavy hitters bringing some heat that people need to hear. So we have some new chiropractors that are newer to the profession within the last couple of years, as well as we've got some heavy hitters that have been there for 20, 30 years, some of which have been running multiple practices. Some of them have consulting businesses, consulting operations. They have different ways that they're building the chiropractic profession and making the profession be able to impact more lives, ultimately getting more people on the table, removing interference in the nervous system, and just serving people with unconditional love like chiropractors do.
Yep. Amen to that. Amen to that. I think that's good. I think that's a good note to close on. Last thing I want you to mention, Dr. Brent, is what inspired you. Close us out with what inspired you to join the Legendary Chiropractic team, to take over the podcast. Why did you want to do this in the first place? And what are you excited about, other than the guests, since you already mentioned that? What are you excited about for the future here at the Legendary Chiropractor?
Yeah, honestly, as a student, I saw the division in the profession, and I saw the ego. I saw all of the split, the mechanistic versus the esoteric, and all the different labels that you could apply to the different continuum. And at the end of the day, we're chiropractors. Mm-hmm. We're serving chiropractic. And that was a big initiative to me, being able to get out there, being able to be a voice in the profession, be a voice in the world, and bring people together. Ultimately, I joined the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast so that I could make connections. I could build a network in the profession as well as outside the profession and bring people together under an umbrella, focus the mission, focus the vision, and bring this ship together. Everybody needs to be rowing. If you ain't rowing, you get off the boat. So, joining the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast has been, it's such a dream come true. So I'm utterly grateful to be here. I'm so excited to watch this blow up, expand, make more connections, reach more people, and then just be able to have conversations like this and have other people be able to be exposed to these conversations, because it allows the mind to get going and start creating new conversations, new narratives. And then before you know it, limiting beliefs are broken. We're getting people on the podcast. We're getting people in the chiropractic startup school. It's going to take off because the energy's there, the mission, the vision's there. It's just, if you don't listen to the Legendary Chiropractor Podcast, you better do it now. And you better tell somebody about it. But
I love it.
Other than that, man, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm excited to see this profession come together, be able to connect to students and docs, and just get this ship rowing.
Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Thank you all so much. Thanks for tuning in. Dr. Brent, the ship is yours, my friend.
Hey, I appreciate it. Guys, I'm looking forward to the season. Dr. Johnny, thanks for allowing me to do this. I'm so stoked to be here. Guys, it's going to be a great season. As always, light and love. Later.